In the meantime, let's talk politics. With less than 100 days until the presidential election, both candidates are continuing to make their voices known on the campaign trail.
Yeah, this morning, former President Donald Trump facing backlash after an appearance at the National Association of Black Journalists conference in Chicago. Before the former president returned to Pennsylvania last night, 3 weeks after surviving that assassination attempt, he was in Chicago at the NABJ conference where he sparked controversy questioning the racial identity of Vice President Kamala Harris. Trump said, quote, "I don't know. Is she Indian or black?"
Harris is the daughter of a Jamaican father and Indian mother. She attended the historically black Howard University and is a member of the nation's oldest black sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha. Harris responded to Trump's attacks at the gathering of another historically black sorority in Houston.
It was the same old show. The divisiveness and the disrespect. The American people deserve better.
Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, defended the former president at his own rally in Arizona. The Ohio senator said Trump already has, quote, record support from minority voters. That's a quote. Today also begins the Democratic Party's virtual roll call of their eventual presidential nominee.
Vice President Harris is running unopposed with the support of more than 3,000 pledged delegates. Voting ends Monday. It's also the day that Harris is expected to announce her running mate.
One of the big questions as we get closer and closer to Election Day, will there be a debate? Will the former president and Vice President Harris actually face on a stage? Right now, it's still not clear.
And as our Joe St. George explains, the fact that the Presidential Debate Commission is not involved in the process this year is creating some extra uncertainty.
The biggest question in American politics right now is who will Vice President Kamala Harris select as her running mate. However, the second biggest question may be whether or not there will be a Harris-Trump debate this fall. Some states begin early voting next month, and that question right now remains unanswered. June's presidential debate proved to be one of the most consequential debates in history, prompting questions about President Biden's candidacy, questions that ultimately resulted in a change at the top of the ticket. So will there be another presidential debate? Initially, President Biden and former President Trump agreed to a September 10th debate hosted by ABC News. But once Biden left the race and Vice President Harris became the face of the Democratic ticket, Trump's firm commitment became more uncertain.
If you got something to say,
on the campaign trail in recent days, Harris has attacked Trump for not firmly committing. On Fox News, Trump seemed to indicate some willingness to participate, but also left the door open to not debating.
The answer is yes, but I can also make a case for not doing it.
This year's fall presidential debate calendar is more uncertain than previous years because the nonpartisan Presidential Debate Commission is no longer organizing and hosting after opposition from the campaigns. Individual television networks are pitching debates themselves to the candidates.
It would be almost unheard of should he not at least agree to one debate.
Susan McManus is a Scripps News political analyst. She suspects there will be at least one debate, but cautions Trump must feel that the event is at least fair to him. Presidential debates, of course, aren't required. After John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon debated in 1960, it was 16 years before another presidential debate occurred. McManus suspects the Trump campaign is using these first few weeks of the Harris campaign to understand what kind of a presidential candidate she is before they commit.
There's no question about it. Their campaign has to be concerned that she's much more comfortable on the campaign stage than she has been as VP.
Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.